astTECS, leading enterprise telecom brand.
More in automations, workforce optimizations, and cost reductions. So today's webinar will be presented by Mr. Manjunath RJ, the head of direct sales from astTECS. And before starting the webinar, we have a certain decorum which we always request the participants to follow it, so that we can have a smooth session of the webinar. Please disable your video during the webinar. Please mute yourself so that there should not be any disturbance during the presentations. And if you have any queries, please drop in the chat options. We will be attending one by one all the queries in the question and answer sessions after the presentations. And whatever the questions you have raised during a snippets presentations and both the webinar presentation, we'll be attending all the questions. So without further delay, I welcome Mr. Manjunath to start the webinar presentations. Over to you, Mr. Manjunath.
Thanks, Firdausi. Thanks for giving me a welcome note here. And I think we have another 10 minutes time. That's at 3:30. So I think many people are trying to log in. I think there are so many people, maybe time basically changes and they're trying to log in here. Can we wait for another 5-6 minutes to people? Let's log in, and maybe 3:30 we'll start about this. Meanwhile, I'll ask Binesh to join me on this. Binesh, you are there? Okay, so fine. I think Binesh maybe is not available. So let me start with this. So as Firdausi told, please follow the instructions so that it will be easy for everyone to get the voice clarity and get the complete picture on this entire webinar. Thank you very much. So herewith, I would like to take you guys for today's topic. So today's topic that everybody already knows about, that we are going to talk about new age telephony. So what is this new age telephony? Everybody will have this question in mind, and and people also thinking that you can take away something from here, that what new age telephony does, and how this new age telephony can give you more on leverage to have to achieve more in automation, workforce optimization, and cost reduction. Also, we can see how many companies are achieved using this kind of automation, workforce optimization, and cost reduction. So my new topic will carry on the new age telephony based on this 3 different parameters. So first comes into an automation, then followed by we talks about workforce optimization. Then we also see how this cost reduction happen utilizing this automation and workforce optimization. So one thing that I would like to highlight here before I start my next page. See, soon after this webinar, I would request, please check your organization has implemented automation and workforce optimization in your company. If you are a seller, reseller, dealer, a distributor, please talk to your customer whether they can be able to adopt, or you can give them a solution to tell that please utilize this kind of an automation. So it will give you a leverage to have workforce optimization and the cost reduction as well. Pass the message the same so that everybody can have this kind of a solution with them. So from here, so I would like to take you to the next page. So every time, we keep on, researching on the telecommunication part. So as in the background research that we are talking about on 3 different parameters today. So the first comes under voice, second comes under video, third comes under data. So we were talking about what is this new age telephony is all about. See, new age telephony is all about where more we can utilize voice in a different method. We can add upon a video where for interaction, and we can also have data. See, earlier in older days, you will never used to get this video options and data options over any kind of unified communication or contact center applications or any other telecommunication parameter. But yeah, now the new age telephony will carry all these three things together. So let's see how this is also going to help us. In a voice, what we can have internal calls. That is what we call in a UC extension to an extension call, or maybe we can say intercom call. Then we have external calls. You know that if you have a trunk, you can make external calls and connect across the globe. The more feasibility nowadays in the new age telephony, we talks about inter-office connectivity, where you have multiple offices. One head office with the multiple branches. You need not to purchase multiple PBXs. One PBX can connect over all your offices. Voicemail to email, which is more focusing nowadays, where people would like to have this. Audio conference is one of the best way where workforce optimization become nowadays. Having an audio conference more into it. Mobility again, the new age telephony is talking about. Everybody needs to have a communication over a mobility, so that they can walk around, they can travel around, still they can be able to connect with voice over across the globe, utilizing the office premise PBX or office premise dialer, whether it's a contact center, anything that you can do. So how this video comes into the picture? Yeah, even nowadays many people would like to have a video discussion. So how the video can giving us a help here is where you can have a video call internal, video call external, and a video conference. See, video conference is where we're talking about, say today, where we are all connected with a Zoom. So this is something which different than the telecommunication. Similarly, video conference also can happen with your unified communication. I'm talking about with your PBXs, IP PBX. And even in nowadays, there's a video-based call center, contact center solutions are available. So let's see how this is also helping in the market. How many of the companies have taken up this leverage and achieved so many automation and workforce optimization. Not only that, they can also save a lot of money out of it. That I'm going to discuss by in my next slides. So which will be useful for each and everyone. Then third things comes into data. So this data is making new age telephony more stronger and more better, where you can have SMS integration, chat integrations, email integrations, ERP, CRM, social media. See, today, I mean, everybody has, in a quickest word, everything you should have in a fingertips. Today, take example, you book a normal travel ticket, you have everything on your fingertips. You need not to carry the paper. You have a soft copy on your mobile. The moment you book, you'll get an SMS. Even if you wanted to cancel, somebody will call you and they will talk to you in a fraction of a second. Even if you don't want to call them, you can also just quickly connect over a chat and talk to them, telling that I just wanted to cancel the things, and immediately it will happen. So this is the kind of options available with data integration. Let's see how this is going to be helpful. So I will also be talking about my three major parameters that we were talking about on automation, workforce optimization, and the cost reduction in my slides. So in this, what I can say, let me take you through, guys, on automation part first. On an automation IVR, we have already done a couple of implementation using automation IVR. That one by one, I mean, I also have some case studies which I want to discuss, but what are the things that we have implemented as an automation? Travel confirmation over IVR. Maybe you can also think about this, how the travel confirmation over an IVR that we can be able to do. Yeah, this is one of the best case studies that maybe I can talk about today, that I have a slides which I want to talk about. Appointment booking over an IVR, automation IVR, bank transactions over an automation IVR, complaint management or ticketing management over an IVR. I mean, there are schools which have done, classroom bell automation. I mean, every period the bell has to ring automatically. Then let's see how the lead generation over an IVR also can be, achieved, and people have already done. And collections over an IVR. I mean, there are many banking sectors and DSAs are trying to do more an automation that they would like to collect the payment from their existing customer. See, these are the many automations that we can do. See, automation is not just an IVR. There are a lot of other features and functionalities are inbuilt into it. Example, see, that was the first thing that where I was talking about an automation. IVR is one of the best thing today to have an automation. Plus, automation also have interactivity. By one PBX or EPBX or IPPBX, I'm talking about a more an IPPBX nowadays, that you require inter-office connectivity, which means you have a head office at one place and you have offices across the globe, right? So you need to have one IPPBX at one place, and you can connect it over multiple offices using the head office PBXs. So this is how it will give you extension calling intercom between head office to other branches, where it is absolutely free. I can say it's nothing but an automation where one place connected and you are connecting across different places. External calling, even though if you're you have multiple offices at the same place, other place, I mean, I'm talking about any inside the state or inside the country, you can also use the trunk connectivity line also from one place to make other sides of the call. It depends on the country to country where they will have a telecom rules and regulations which falls under. We have one of the best automation, I can say, DISA and DOSA, right? So how many people knows about DISA and DOSA as one of the best features in IPPBX sector today? Maybe I mean, if you have any questions on DISA and DOSA, please leave a message. Definitely we will discuss, but I'm going to explain this in a quick DISA and DOSA. Direct inward system access and direct outward system access. Example, assume that I'm an employee of astTECS, and my company has an IPPBX which I have enabled DISA options to my mobile. I mean, maybe I can say I'll be traveling around everywhere, and I would like to utilize the office IPPBX for calling. Assume that I'm in Mumbai and still I wanted to call my office IPPBX to connect with my customer or any official call. So what I'll do is a simple that I will take my mobile, I will dial my office a particular line number, which will understand my number which is coming in, and it will pick up the call. I mean, there is no any human intervention will happen. It is completely an automation. Somebody will say, thank you for connecting with astTECS. Please add your password. The moment I'll give a password, it will give me a ring, I mean, a dial tone where I can dial any customer. Immediately it will dial the call IPPBX to a customer. So which means I'm using just my mobile, even I'm sitting in Mumbai, but my call is going from my office IPPBX to a customer. So customer is thinking that I am sitting in office and I'm calling them even though I'm in Mumbai. I'm just giving an example. This is one of the best. I'm talking about one which directly attempts the call and connect the customer to the PBX. PBX will cut your call. PBX will call you back first, and it will ask you to pin the password. The moment pin the password, where you can connect the customer number, I mean dial the customer number, and it will connect to the customer. So here you can also save the money on your phone charges. Company will bear all your expenses, but you are connected with the company no matter wherever you are in this across the place of your state or your country or anywhere you are in. Okay, so this is a kind of automations are available. Many people are using it, but I can say even 70 to 80% of the people are not utilizing this kind of an automation when it comes to an IPPBX thing. So then in going further, automation that we have an integration of third-party tool. Integration of third-party tool that we have a chat, we have an SMS, we have an email, we have a social media integration. And we have a ERP, CRM with a click to call pop-ups and everything. So, I mean, see, we were beginning to this webinar, we will just have we just had a small snippet part that, how the click to call and call pop-up can be done over a Zoho. I mean, that was a simple automations that we were talking about on the Zoho CRM part, where you need not to have a separate soft phone, separate page where you have to dial the number. Then it's become a more automation nowadays, where you just go to your CRM, click the number, the call will automatically get connected. Not only that, I mean, many of the segments, if you have a different segments, whether a hotel, hospital, real estate, or some other business, everybody will have their own belonging CRMs are available in the market, which people would like to have an integration with that. Yes, still that is also possible. Nowadays, in the very recent times, where you can see omni channels, which is coming in the market, where these are the completely automation. One application, you have everything inside. One unified communication, you have everything inside, where you can have a Facebook, WhatsApp, SMS, email, many stuff. So this is a kind of automation where, in the market, people would like to have it nowadays in their businesses. Now, not only that, there's one more automation where we are talking about is more on video connectivity. So here, see, just think about it, that we were talking about voice, data, and voice, data, and video. So these are the three things that we were discussing from the beginning. In my automations are connected all the voice, data, as well as a video. So the last question, that what I'm talking about a video here as a feature in automation, video calling over an extension. If you have a soft phone, maybe I can open my video phone here. I hope you can see my phone availability here. Okay, let me check where I can be able. Use my where I would like to have a call with one of my colleague here, where we can see, let's see how I can connect over a video calling. This is a simple turn to a green, where I'm available to. I have my colleague also, with extension enabled. I'm going to call my colleague now. My colleague's name is Mr. Amulya. He's available on 6633, number 6633. I'm just dialing his extension number. Oh my God. Yeah. Amulya, hi Amulya. Hi. See, hi. Very nice. See, what I've done is a simple automation. I have a soft phone. I don't have any other options to have a hard phone, require for investment. I don't require any other things to, add on here. It's a simple soft phone. When you buy a UC, you can be able to install PC, install on your smartphone. It is to invest money. And not only just a voice, the video is also enabled, where we can have a discussion. Amulya, I hope you can be able to hear me, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Disconnect. Yeah.
Thank you. So this is the kind of stuff that I was talking about, and where we can have multiple options with utilization of video calling over an extension. Video calling over an extension make your life more simpler. Let me log out from this, otherwise it will disturb me to take a calls maybe in some time. So right, thank you. So not only just video calling on the page go, and we have IP camera accessing with voice. So nowadays we have a solution. You buy any unified communications. You can also have an interaction automation of IP camera. I mean what we can say. Any of your rooms have a video camera. I mean, many people talks about it's a CCTV, right? CCTV can also integrate with your UC. To make more automation, UCs are, nowadays are more on techno-oriented with automation kind of stuff. There are IP cameras available. You can pick it up in the market. IP cameras comes with a SIP enabled option. Not only that, IP cameras also have a mic and speaker, which can be integrated with unified communication, where you can just dial as an extension. You can be able to reach the particular department. You can look and feel that what is happening on that particular area. You can also pass the message in the same time that particular room people can hear you, and whatever they talk also you can also hear on the same. So there is an IP camera accessing possible with the UC. So one of the other automations that we are talking about, video calling with a group, right? See, this is over an IP phone. I'm talking about, see, we just had a soft phone based video calling. Now there's an option where you have a video calling over an IP phone. It is not just a one person to one person. There are video phones, IP phones are coming nowadays, where you can have a 3-party conference. I mean, 3 people in a one single video phone, you can have a small group discussion. Okay, there are phones available which can be integrated with the UC part. Instead of you're logging into a Zoom or Google Meet or whatever, you can pick up your extension. You can just call them, ask them to connect over a video. You can have intercall absolutely free over a video. You can have a longer discussion. So this is not only one automation. You can also save a lot of cost instead of going with a Zoom or Google Meet or something. Yeah, these are things that are available with your extension usage itself. So such kind of options are also available. So let me make a move from here. Again, once again, I just wanted to give you a note that please, soon after this webinar, please check your organization as implemented. And please talk to your customers also who would like to have such options, whether they install or not. So what is the takeaway of this automation today is UC can help to build automation for all your voice, data, and video with a simple one click, right? UC can help to build automation for all your voice, data, and a video with a one simple click. All are available. Any questions? I would request, if you have any questions on this, please leave a message soon after this webinar. Completing the webinar, we can have a one-to-one discussion here. No doubt. Any questions also that we can be able to answer. Let me take you through next workforce optimizations that we can talks about here. The workforce optimization, what requires today's generation. I'm talking about from last 2 years where people are working from home. They need a flexible usage. Not only work from home, even work from office, work from home. They need a mobility where they can travel around anywhere. So what we need is where your employees or your the people who are working for our people. I mean, you people are working for your own business. Let's see how you can optimize your
just removing and something.
I would request you to please mute yourself so it should not disturb to others. Thank you. So we have a flexible usage which first let's talk about work from office. In work from office, we were discussing on the automation part. Anywhere in office that you can utilize your PC or a laptop, you can have soft phones calling where you can be able to call extensions. You can be able to call intra-office. You can be able to call anywhere using your existing setup. Not only that, you can also use a smartphone with app inbuilt. Be used for which cost on, not only that, the similar whatever that you are using for office purpose or more on automation stuff, which can be carried to work from home as well. So even anybody is working from home, the similar PC can carry his extension. Still, he can be able to connect it over an internet, and you can use a data which can be used as a click to call pop-up. He can be able to send an email. All those things are possible with the one click. See, not only that, I mean, these are the two things that we were talking about from last 2 years. Everybody needs either a work from office, either a work from home. Now, I mean, even if you wanted to have a mobility, that any person can travel around anywhere, no matter whether he is sitting in a train, flight, bus, a restaurant, a hotel, no matter wherever you are. Still, nowadays, all this UC setup UC can provide you such options to utilize all for your calling, as well as for your data, as well as your video interaction can be done, so that you will have a complete automation stuff available at any point of time. Plus, it will also make your workforce optimization, which can utilize all their required connectivity. Plus, a lot of cost saving also that company can afford it. See, these are the options. Is not only for meant to have smaller segment or a medium segment companies, or an enterprise segment, or a corporate segment. These all for everyone. It doesn't matter in whatever the segment this people fall under. Everybody can opt this kind of a solution at any point of time. So this is my request to everyone. Talk to all of your customer, whomever is required, or if you would like to enable such options in your organization, please talk to us, so that we can help you to build the similar options to you guys. So what I can say from here is a single administrative environment to access all application from one source, which means you can be able to monitor and you can be able to analyze of your employee activity. Not only that, you can also have performances, reports, call quality, recordings that you can access from any time and anywhere. Any of a telecommunication which we were discussing from the beginning of call center application, contact center application, unified communication, voice logger, IVR, anything which comes under this category can help you guys. No doubt, all these can be enabled. So my next slides, which we talks about, is cost reduction. How cost reductions that we can do. See, this is just not a one slide. I'm talking about only one side of this cost reduction as of now, but my coming slides has a more detailed version of cost reduction part, which we are going to talk about, and that will definitely help you guys to understand how automation and workforce optimization can take the leverage of cost reduction, and company can also use the same thing and utilize the best current availability of telecommunication in the market. So let us see how that is going to work. So on the cost reduction part, we can cost saving on an automation like flexible calling, like utilize the different kind of a trunk. Trunk means where your calls can be traveled from one place to another place. I hope everybody knows about what is PRI, SIP line, GSM, VoIP, analogs, and everything, right? So today, we can be utilize a PRI and a SIP for landline usage, where the costing will be very less, because PRI SIP will, anytime PRI SIP when you buy, you will have some free usage where you can call to particular numbers. When you use a GSM trunks, your mobile calls will be free. When you use VoIP, international callings will be almost, you can save around 80% of your callings. I mean to say, take example from India to US, where the PRI landline or a GSM will cost you around 7 rupees to 8 rupees a call, but in a VoIP, it is just a 50 paisa, right? So this is also kind of something which can, helpful to reduce the cost. Not only that, any UC or contact center or call center people who purchase, they can also save the cost investing on the hard phones. They can use instead of that, they can use a smartphones as an app for a calling purpose. Even they have a soft phones which can be utilized on the PCs and laptops. I hope you have seen the soft phone where I was making a video call. That's exactly a soft phone, which is absolutely free, which can utilize for any of your different kind of a calling purpose. It is not just about talking about a PRI or a soft phones can reduce your cost. There are a lot of automation features and functionalities are available with unified communication and contact centers. Available to help you, which can save the cost. Talk to us. Save cost using workforce optimization also can do that. Always you have to have certain data with you. For example, you have to analyze the data. See, I was also telling that from the beginning that this is not any particular segment that people can utilize. All the segments can done, but whenever you start using this, you have to analyze the data across the different departments or teams. Different functions and different various functions is required for a different divisions that you have to find out. Then you have to talk to the people who are the best solution provider, which all these things, choosing the better and cost effective, right? So make sure that whether you people have implemented or you need some suggestion from us, we will definitely help you. So on the cost reduction part, okay, so here that I'm talking about today, there are few things which we have achieved, some of the companies. I'm going to okay, yeah. So I hope my voice is audible now. So let me repeat here. Let me take this through once again. From here, I have some more slides on talks about a few case studies, how few of our customer used automation and workforce optimization to increase their profit. So few of our customer, which I'm talking about, oil and gas infra, they're basically from Qatar, and we have Titan, Mahanagar Gas Limited. We have a Stony Hill International School, hospital appointment system that we have given to one of the hospital in India. We also are talking about a nurse calling system. Let's see how Uber and Swiggy people have done the automation, and click to call and call pop-up, which we were discussing. Not only that, we have lead generation part as well. And let's see a few of the things which, how this is giving us a best option to talk about. Okay, so I have one company which saved around 6 crore profit in a year. Right. So this is the one company where they have one of the largest oil and gas infrastructure company in Oman. They normally, what they do is they hire around 1,500 people every year to work on their organization in Oman and different parts of the world, where they can build the infrastructure for many of the companies. So, a year back, they never had any such automation thing, so that they can have a easy way to interact with the people. They used to have a manual operation. In the manual operation, whenever they hire this 1,500 people in a year, they have to book travel tickets and hotel booking, and they have to inform over an email to all these people. There is a HR company which take care of all these things. They have to do this as a manual. But what happened is, many of the people who have hired onto this company, once they get a ticket, many of these particular employees never used to travel to this particular area on the particular date. So they never had any communication over this company telling that he's not traveling and maybe he's not coming, or maybe he wanted to change the date or something. So once you book the ticket, you send it to them and tell them that you have to travel on this day, so that they have to come on that particular day, so that they can have a room ready available. So what happened is they used to spend almost around 10 to 12 crores a year only for this booking and hotel purpose, where they used to have a huge loss. Even they used to spend extra money than 10 crores in fact. Now they wanted to save this cost somehow. They have inquired some automation requirement. So we have built a simple automation IVR, which can help them to make these people on a confirmation on the travel. So this is the first thing that we were talking about, the travel confirmation on the IVR. The soon after book the ticket for an employee whom they have hired, anyway, they will get a mail. Within 72 hours, they will get a call from IVR, automated IVR. It will simply call to that particular number and tells that we are calling so-and-so company and we have booked your flight at so-and-so date at so-and-so time. You have to confirm on your traveling. Please press 1 for that you are traveling. Please press 2 that you are not traveling. So these are the two things which they have to confirm on over a call. The soon after the confirmation, they will have the first level of confirmation that person is traveling. Now, not only just 72 hours before, they have, we have made this automation. Within 48 hours, once again, the call will go. Within 24 hours, the call will go. Even within 2 hours, the same call will go to the same person to have a confirmation, so that within 2 hours means he's already in the airport, that he crossed a security check. Now he's ready to travel. So once you cross a security check, which is almost confirmed that you are flying. Yeah, yes. After that, even if you're coming out, then that's a different story. But yeah, within 2 hours that you have confirmed that you have traveled, yes, you are traveling and your hotel is also booked accordingly. Now, this is the one thing which they have successfully done from last 1 year. You just imagine they have saved the cost almost around 6 crores from last 1 year. Okay, I'm just giving you an approximate cost that what they are spending for each person. And if the person doesn't travel, they will never get back their ticket cost. In fact, they lose the entire traveling money. Now they have options, at least 3 days, 4 days, 5 days before that they can cancel these tickets, and and they can get back at least their 50 to 60% or 70% of the money that they can get back. At least they can save the money. Now the solution many of the people are trying to adopt from us, and yeah, we have built one of the best simple IVR solution on the confirmation, or whether it's a travel, even it's the same thing that we have given to a different sorts of the companies as well. So there is a one thing. Let me take you through the next one. So here, what happened is, it's a bit, we were talking about an oil and gas. Now I completely moved to a jewelry division. So Tanishq is one of the largest jewelry company in India, which belongs to a Titan. So I hope many of the people knows about the Tanishq, I believe. Tanishq has around 400 plus showrooms across India. And I think Tanishq also has an international couple of countries. Now, in India, anybody who would like to buy a jewelry, and if they would like to have a modification on the jewelry, if they wanted to make some changes according to their custom designs or something, they have to send this a jewelry to head office, do a modification. So, I'm talking about 2.5 years back. They never had this kind of an options to create a ticket on every modification. They have to manually call to a particular area. They have to book a ticket modification. Then the jewelry will come back here, and every time that they have to follow with the people to understand when this modification will complete and it has to get back. So it was actually consuming a lot of time, a lot of manpower, especially for this particular purpose. So we are serving to Titan from last 5 years now, 4 to 5 years now, and people are using our different kind of a UCs and the contact center solution. When they had a discussion with us, we have made a similar small solution. So again, automation IVR for this particular purpose. The moment they call to a particular number, they can be able to generate the ticket directly. One is for a custom made. Second, they need not to talk to any of their agents. They can directly go through an IVR. They can key in the ticket ID. They can be able to understand when the modification will complete and will come back. So it is not just a simple an IVR that we have built an automation IVR over different languages, different Indian languages. I'm talking about 11 different Indian languages. And these languages will automatically cater to a particular state. Example, the call which is coming from Karnataka, the first priority will go to Kannada. I mean, the local language, then it'll option give you a different language to choose on. Similarly, if the call is coming from a different state, which has a different language as a first language, automatically it will recognize the particular state calling number and the language will be started from that. So such kind of option also that we have given. Even the customer would like to see whether their custom made jewelry which is coming on which date. Titan people are giving the directly IVR number to check on that. So that option is also given to a customer, where customers are very happy to utilize these options. You know what? The Titan people have reduced their workforce to almost 60%. They had almost 30 people. They used to take a call every day. Now their offices become just 10 users. If required, they can connect over to the people and they talk. Otherwise, everything is an automation completely. See here, it is not just an, I'm talking about an automation, workforce optimization plus cost saving, which is all are involved in, one or the other way, which we were talking about. Now here we talks about the next one is Mahanagar Gas, which is one of the largest gas industry in Maharashtra in India. They have a different source of a connectivity where they have a gas pipelines, which is connected across a different segments. I'm talking about commercially and residentially, where they have a different segments where they can take care of all this supporting part on the leakage, gas pipeline leakage, society premises leakage, end client kitchen premises, gas supply stop. See, somewhere these are the most dangerous, maybe hazardous things which you need to have a support on a quick. They never had a earliest part of connectivity over with the end customer where they have a complaint. So they used to take at least 3 to 4 hours to come and meet with the people. It's become a 1 hour now. So how it has become a 1 hour is a simple. Again, they have set it up the entire IVR setup. In this IVR setup, what they have done is they have done with whenever the call comes, it will automatically understand the customer number. It will raise a ticket on the complaint part. The moment the complaint part registered, that will automatically goes to a particular local distributor of the area. The local distributor can transfer this particular ticket to the availability person near to the area, and the availability person will reach to the problematic area and you can sort it out. These all things happen within 1 hour now. So what they have done is they have made this 4 hours interaction to 1 hour. I mean 3 to 4 hours interaction between to 1 hour. So they have saving almost 2 hours and they are serving more ticketing nowadays. So this is the one way, but I have another company called Ben Geyser. This is one of the largest company in the world where they generate the chlorine. The chlorine, they supply the chlorine across different countries. In the different countries, they have a plantation. They supply to many people. So here, what happens is basically we have an office near to our company around 100 kilometers far. They have a plant and they would like to have certain automation into their company. So here is a small connectivity architecture. What they wanted is, and what they had, see, they have a chlorine sensor device. This chlorine sensor device will give you a hint whenever the chlorine leakage happens. I hope many people are here. I just wanted to tell you that before, soon after the first COVID lockdown, there was a leakage of, chlorine in Hyderabad, where many people have died and many people have, struggled in that particular time. So many of the other companies also understood that we need to have a, a better automation where we can avoid this kind of hazardness at any point of time. So these people, Reckitt Benckiser people has a, chlorine sensor device, which whenever the leakage happens, it will connect to a single analog line, which is connected across their places. Whenever the leakage happens, this analog line will call only one people at a time. So that is where I was, expressed here. They had earlier only one person to get a call saying that there's a leakage. If that person is not available, it will be more difficult for them to analyze what is happening on this particular area. They wanted to have a new automation. Any leakage happens, at least 20 people should get a call with the one single analog line. And we have achieved that. I hope you people will be surprised, thinking that how can one single analog line can call to a 20 people? Yes, we have a designed in such a way, one call comes that where we can initiate the 20 different calls to a 20 different people. So not only that, once anybody picks up the call, that person has to confirm that he understood there's a leakage and he is ready to, go and take care of this particular thing. And all other 19 people should get a message telling that one person is attended the call and there's no panic, so that he can take care of the leakage. So he will go and he will do, attending the problematic part, and he can, sort out the things. So such options that we have designed. See the dialer that where we have installed, which is connected to PRI as well as a GSM gateway. So the preferably will GSM gateway will make, PRI will take 20 calls to make all 20 people. Even sometime the PRI line goes down due to some, problem in the network side. We have GSM cards also inbuilt around 32 numbers. This GSM will make a call to all 20 people at a time. So now here, what happened is earlier their resolution used to take at least 1 hour to this particular leakage purpose. Now it's become just a 2 minutes job for them. Giving the call to all 20 people, fraction of second. Anybody picks up the call, they can be able to hear the IVR and they can be able to attend this particular thing, so that they can have a more on automation stuff. Then we have a couple of schools, international schools, and one of our very largest schools across India implemented few automations for their school purpose. One where I can talk about is Stonewall International. They have some rooms, classrooms where they run 45 minutes of every period. Earlier, they used to have a manual billing system that they just wanted to avoid that, a manual billing system, because if that miss away, then the class will not be continue with the some of the teacher. Normally it happens, but they wanted to have a more automation. For them, that we have built a simple option is that we have enabled the IP phone automated, every 45 minutes will automatically get ringed at every classes, so that they can understand the class is complete. Probably you can say, once the bell ring, which means that's a call, or what exactly is this? Yeah, IP phone has two different lines. One line is only for just billing purpose. There's other line when somebody calls, a call will come to automatically that line. So that is the kind of options that we have enabled to particular school. And second, we have Puttaparthi school, where they wanted to have some automation. The reason why they wanted to have an automation is, in their school, they will not allow any of the students to have smartphones or any of the gadgets where they can be able to make a call with their family, continuously at whatever the time that they need. As being one of the largest schools, and they have very strictly, formulated some rules and regulation that they will not allow any students to make a call at any point of time. What they did is they wanted to have some automation, unified communication where students can utilize this. And yeah, of course, that we have delivered this particular automation exactly particular time in a day. Example, morning 7 to 8. Afternoon 1 to 2, and evening 6 to 7. There are few extensions to automatically get connected, and every student can utilize this particular time to make a call to their parents. So to make a call to the parents, they have to pick up the extension. They have to key in their register number. The soon after you register the key number, you will get options to dial any 3 different numbers. These three different numbers belongs to parents. I mean, that's a father, mother, and one of their relation as a quick connector. Only 3. Other than these 3 numbers, no any other numbers can be dialed from that particular extension. That student of that registered ID has only options to dial 3 numbers, not more than that. Not only that, they can be able to take a call only for 3 minutes or max to max 5 minutes. That can be decided by the schools. Within that particular time, the call will automatically get dropped. That person cannot be dialed again back on the same day. So he has to wait for next day. I mean, it is also that we have given the billing options that every student can prepaid certain money to utilize this option. Or there is an option that you can utilize the telephony, and they can also pay later on. We have designed the billing solution also. So just check on any of your customers who are looking for such options. Yeah, the options are available to talk on. We have some hospitals in Bangalore. One is that we talks about an Emans, where we have enabled a few automation here. This is for an appointment purpose. They had an automation system, but they never had an IVR which can do an automation for an calling system, where they can be able to book an appointment with the doctors. So what used to happen is every day they can be able to meet only 50 patients. They have a different departments where they would like to have automation appointment booking with the doctors to all the patients, because they used to have some 4 to 5 people just to pick up the call to just to book an appointment. So they have to check whether the doctor is available in that particular day, particular time. Then they have to book these things. So these are the manual stuff that they were using in. But now the entire automation is taken care over an IVR. You can just call to a particular number. It will take you through a language, then it will take you to the department. Once you choose a particular department, it will ask you to which doctor that you would like to meet. And it will automatically book your appointment date based on the availability for today and tomorrow. And slots will automatically book, and it will send it over in SMS so that you can go and meet. Utilizing this, now they can be able to meet around 300 patients every day, which means it's become almost a double now. Right? Earlier, it's a completely manual version of appointment booking used to have. Now it's become a completely automation, and they can be able to serve around 300 patients a day. Not only that, there's a nurse calling system which is implemented to hospitals nowadays, where in any emergency, I mean, I'm talking about this nurse calling system will be more on ICU places. These things will be enabled. If the patient wants to call a nurse, I mean, of course, in ICU, this guy cannot be moved around some time, maximum time. I can say 90% they cannot be under observation in a critical condition. And some people still in ICU can be able to take a walk till the restroom, and they can come back. So these are the different kind of options which patients has in that particular situation. If they wanted to call nurse, you can see on the left hand side, this is basically on your bed. You can just press the button. It'll automatically connect over the nurse station display, and it'll understand which bed number is calling you at any point of time. Right? So when you are sleeping on the bed, you have an option to just click the button and it can be connected over to a nurse calling system. On the right hand side, when you go for a restroom, and if you have a problem, maybe you fell down, or maybe you are in sick, you are not able to move on, you can just pull the wire, and still it will give you an options to door indicator. Not only door indicator that on is that you are inside, it will also go to the station display to call the nurse that you are in emergency. So such automation is also available, which can implement to the customer to do a more on workforce optimization, cost reduction, as well as automation kind of stuff. I hope you guys have aware of Uber and Swiggy. Uber is one of the largest taxi booking platform where these people have enabled automation where the driver cannot be able to see customer number, right? So there are many instances where drivers has utilized the customer number, tried to talking to them, and there are so many things which problematic happen, which we can heard about many times in the newspaper everywhere. But yeah, this automation can have a privacy of their customer number, which allow them to get into at any point of time into a struggle or into a difficulty time. Even in the similar in Swiggy, one of the largest food supply chain online, also has disguised the phone number where the food delivery person cannot be able to see a customer number. See, this is one of the best automations that we can say with the UC, that number masking is always good for such largest community where privacy is the most important, right? So this can be done over an UC at any point of time, where you can be able to connect over either a contact center solution or unified communication solutions, which can help community people to have their own privacy. Then maybe last slide, which I'm going to talk about is the lead generation and payment collection over an automation. See, lead generation is a new thing which everywhere, trying to people do this as a separate business part. We have enabled a couple of lead generation method also over an IVR. This is a simple thing which I'm going to talk about today. See, there's an automations that we have implemented to one of the lead generation for car buying. Okay, see, what these people does is automation over an IVR. They will call you. They will call you and say, we are calling from so and so company. Would you like to buy a car? If you say yes, press 1, and they will give you multiple options. Example, the call has come. Recently I also got a call. The similar company said, would you like to buy a car? I said yes. Then they have given us an option saying that, okay, if your budget is 5 to 10 lakhs, press 1. If your budget is 10 lakh to 15 lakhs, press 2. If your budget is 15 to 20 lakhs, press 3. So based on the budget, they can serve you. And see, the person who is doing this lead generation part has a multiple options to connect with a multiple vendor. Example, if your budget is 5 to 10 lakh, you will have a certain company, they can provide you only that particular part. If you have a segment is 10 to 15 lakhs, you have a different people that you can serve your car. So you are connected with the multiple people to generate the lead, right? So similarly, lead generation is happening also over automation, which can support with the multiple options. Not only that, we have banking collection. Payment collection, EMI collection over an IVR, which very recent days some of our people have done, where if you're not paid an EMI, you will get an automated IVR calling saying that your EMI is due and you have to pay within stipulated date or before next 4 days or 5 days or something. These calls will automatically dialed over in a day at least 3 to 4 times. Even customer cannot deny that because paid the EMI. So this multiple calling also making the bank collection more easier and telling that yes, it is really working out for them. So such automations that where people have done. I hope, on the fit call and the call pop-up, which is a more easier options to have, automation part, which everybody try to utilize this kind of an automation where you can save a lot of time for your age, workforce, where people are even sitting from the home or whether they're
Yeah, Manju, you can. Yeah.
Yeah. So what we take away from here is automation, workforce optimization, and cost reduction. How different companies are able to implement these kind of steps, and they are doing the business. Similarly, you can check with your organization whether you already have this kind of stuff, whether you can also check whether your customers is require such options. Yeah, we are ready to build a solution for them at any point of time. So I think to talk about more astTECS, you guys already knows about us. So going further, thank you very much, and let's have some brainstorm session. That if you have any questions or something, maybe we will have a question and answer session. Thank you for being in this webinar. Let's connect over to Firdausi. Firdausi, can we have this one-to-one discussion on any questions available from the customer?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Manjunath, for wonderful presentations and taking us through all the optimizations, workforce optimizations, and automations, how it helped to reduce the cost. So we have few questions which has been raised by our participants, and we try to attend one by one each questions. And just for a reminder, if you have any question, please type in the chat box or just raise your hand, and you can unmute yourself and enable your video, and we can have the questions for the one-to-one discussions. So moving to first questions, the first question is come from Ramurthy sir. This is actually on the snippets of a call center dialer. He has said that, is there any limitation on the browser with the new agent screen?
Sorry, come back again.
This is from the snippets presentations of a call center dialer agent screen. The question is from Mr. Ramurthy. His question is, there is any limitation on the browser with the new agent screen?
There is no any browser limitations. I mean, maybe I can say upgrade all the latest browser. The browser will always have a new update every time. So keep the updates better, so that will really helpful.
Yeah, maybe I can also take that. See, the new agent screen, obviously it has a little bit, it is depend on the resolution and things like that. It is not that on all the browser and all the resolutions it works perfectly. I think Dana would be able to more concretely point towards it. So I think technology wise, we have to understand the earlier screens. This was a pure HTML version, which does not have many problems with different browsers and different resolutions. The new screen, of course, we have to see that once we have started a call center, if this works with the browser versions and the resolutions used in that call center, the good thing is that we have the possibility to have both together working. That means all the machines where the new screen is working, the people can continue using it, and wherever it is not working, the old HTML screen can be placed, which will definitely work on all the workstations. Hope I'm clear.
Okay. Okay.
So next question is coming from Mr. Rajnikant. His question is, when astTECS is planning to roll out this new agent screen, will the all customer will be able to get the updated version?
Yeah, surely it won't be a standard part of the delivery. I mean, we will have both the versions, the old screen as well as the new screen, going parallelly. In case any customer want to try out the new screen, you can contact the technical team, and the new screens can be implemented in the customer place. There is no issue, as I mentioned, but depending on the resolution and those are things, it might not work in all the resolutions, but then that can be tried out, and maybe the technical team will also help you to adjust the resolutions.
Thank you, sir. I hope, Mr. Rajnikant, your query has been replied. Next question is from Mr. Moses. His question is there a tire level disposition? This is same for the call center screen. Mr. Moses, if you're available, you can just unmute and elaborate a little bit on your query. Mr. Moses, are you available?
Okay, I think Moses is not available. Maybe we can send him over on an email or something. Maybe.
Yeah, sure. So the next question is from Mr. Ramurthy again. Can we give the customers a choice of background colors and its logo without the customizations? I hope Manjunath, you clear with the questions?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, sure. I presume that it is again the question related to the agent page.
Yes.
Yeah, we can surely. I mean, we can give them the logo and also a little bit different colors, which if they like, surely we can do that. I mean, it will depending on if it's a minimal effort, it's okay. But if it's a larger effort which the customer specifies, we have to put it under customization. But it can be surely done.
Sir, one more point to this question regarding to this new page. Okay, see, older customer we can provide the page, but there is some restriction on WebRTC. So this page we combine with a WebRTC, and the existing setup we need asterisk 13 plus, so to make it work. Okay, so we may need to upgrade their existing setup with the asterisk latest version, and then only we can go ahead with a new page. It is for the existing customer who wants to upgrade this agent screen. Okay, so for them we have to check the asterisk version currently running, and if it's less than a 13, we have to upgrade, and then we have to migrate the application to the newer release. Then only it is possible to use the WebRTC with new page.
Okay, thank you, Dana. Yeah.
Yes.
So I hope, Mr. Ramurthy, your query has been
Yeah.
And I think when the agent piece will be implemented, I hope Korean sir has already attended. Hope you have got the reply.
No, my question is from when? Like,
okay, for when the new agent piece will be implemented.
Yeah, like any.
Yeah. But see, as mentioned, it is not that the new agent page will just replace the old one.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if I place the order today, will it be with the new, or is there like you have put any timeline from May onwards or something?
We can deliver. Deliver both in the sense the system will come with both the agent pages.
Okay, if I place the order also today, also it will come.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you have to mention that you need it with this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir. The next question is from Mr. Malvin. He said, can these have my company logo? I'm not very sure whether it's for agent screen or for the PBX. Mr. Malvin, if you're available, you can just unmute and elaborate a bit on your question. Mr. Malvin?
Okay, maybe we can assume that it is with the agent page, and yes, it is possible. Yeah.
Okay, the next question is from Mr. Kwamana. Okay, he's selling to send a recorded version of the webinar. Sure, we will send the recorded version of the webinar. Move on to the next questions. The next question is from Ms. Julian. He said, how can I transfer a call when holding a caller without transferring direct? I think this is regarding to DISA or a DOSA.
No, I think it is.
No, not exactly. Question is little tricky here. How can I transfer a call when holding a caller without transferring direct? I think. So Julian, you're there here?
I think it is in the agent page only. Most probably.
No, sir. He has put in this question.
Yeah, 1 minute. See, it seems like see, if they talk about DISA or agent screen, so both the place we have the option called blind transfer and attended transfers. Okay, so blind transfer is we just transfer the call to a third party without waiting for their response. Okay, the attended transfer is we first call the third party and then we update the customer's data and then we are passing it to third party. Okay, so both is possible. I mean, it's the same scenario is possible with PBX also and with a consent agent screen also.
Okay. Thank you, Dana. Okay, the next question is come from Mr. Prashant Rao. He wants to know, can this be accessed remotely in a work from home scenario?
Yes, Prashant. Definitely, as in even work from home scenario. Maybe this particular options that which you are talking about, I can understand maybe at this. Or is there any something else? Maybe I would like to know more, understand on this particular questions.
Mr. Prashant, you can unmute yourself and little bit elaborate your questions. Mr. Prashant?
Okay.
Yeah, he's online. Yeah.
Okay, no, I think you have already answered it. It's just that this remote access can be on the soft phone. So somebody can access the app through an app, these applications, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So that's what I meant. Not that the physical device need to be there. If somebody is traveling, I think you mentioned it during your course of presentation.
Perfect. Yes.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Prashant. Yeah, moving to the next questions. The next question is from Mr. Malvin Dubey. Can we have a demo of this? Surely we can arrange a demo for the solutions.
Malvin, any of your requirement for the demo, please contact your sales managers. Definitely we will be able to do demos for you guys, no doubt, for sure.
Yeah. Next question has come from Mr. Ramurthy again. We have some progress on integration with the CCTV. Any update on this?
Actually, the CCTV part, yes, some years back, we have pursued to integrate CCTV and PBX. It was only that from a commercial or business perspective, it was not working out, because the CCTVs normally come with their recorders. I mean, the DVR or the recorder costs only more like 10,000, 15,000 rupees, which almost the hardware cost plus the software, which increases the support effort so much. I think we told that it might not be an interesting proposal, and not necessarily technically, but commercially, it might not be. So that is why it is on hold. I mean, if there are interesting developments, surely we can take it up.
Okay, I hope. Okay, let's go to the next question. The next question has come from SR. With this automation, are you progressing from transforming into CRM? Thereafter, no TP, CRM needed.
Okay, see this transforming or automation are two different things. We can do automation utilizing the existing UC or a contact center or call center solution based on the requirement of customer. For transforming into a CRM, and you can say thereafter no TP CRM is required, needed. See, again, CRM is required. CRM is basically support you to manage your data. From there, we can enable to have just a click to call pop-up, where you can also have CDR pushback to CRM, where we can have a voice recording also push to the CRM. See, you see telecommunication and the CRM are two different things. So definitely we can be able to have an automation into it, but we cannot transforming everything into one.
My simple question was, hi, this is Shad. My name is Shad Raza. Hello, can you listen?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Please continue.
Okay, so my question is, okay, because right now you are having the third party CRM like Zoho, right? The Zoho, Zendesk, and many other. my question was, okay, by all these progress, because you people are doing wonderful job, first of all, okay, I must appreciate it. Okay, number one, based on all the progress you are going, so are you assuring that if tomorrow we don't need any third party CRM, because all the CRM would be coming, would be imbibed into your software? This was my question.
No, maybe I can answer that. No, you see, the objective is not to replace any third-party CRM, because see, technology is developing, and we have enough things to do on the voice and the unified communication part. And obviously, the CRM also, the technology is developing, and there are companies who are just doing that. So I think we still, in the long term, it will be an integration of both these worlds would bring the best. I think we would most probably remain with that rather than we trying to do CRM job also. So I think third-party CRMs, third-party CRMs will be there, and we will continue to integrate with them. Hope
I have a question.
Yeah, I hope, SR, you have your query has been replied.
Yes, it is okay, because as per Mr. Korean, okay,
Yeah.
you okay, your company would be focusing only onto cloud-based telephony system, not on CRM. Am I right?
Yeah, and see,
That's right.
We have voice now. All type of unified communication is coming. There are quite a few developments happening. So we also have enough to do in this world itself. So I think it will be diluting our focus to venture into CRM.
Okay, and one more thing, if I can add.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, because right now, okay, to be very honest with you, okay, I have been talking to your team, and your team is a wonderful team. Okay, the sales team is okay, because I am based out of Kenya, in Nairobi.
Okay.
Okay.
That's nice.
So first of all, I must appreciate Aditya, because Aditya told me, Shad, you have to join this. You have to join this, and I'm really happy that at least I joined this, and thereafter good ideas I have taken out of it. Earlier, I was not thinking of taking this your solution, maybe because of the cost. But right now, I think that okay, after going through this presentation and all this webinar, there are three more ideas I took from it. I borrow from it, and I would like to replicate in my new venture. Aditya knows it, as well as I think Vijay is also knowing it, as your sales side. I think thank you very much. First of all, okay, you people are doing a wonderful job, but please come with a complete solution. Don't come with only we are a cloud solution, cloud telephone solution. So I think whenever you are approaching any, because after going through this webinar, and to be the webinar, I know that you people are not offering only telephony, but you people are also offering many value added services, which any startup as well as the well established, because I'm heading both. One of my business is well established, and the other one is my startup. So these the complete combo of all those solutions I can imbibe into my both the businesses. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I think there is one more question from Mr. SR. He asked to kindly share the IVR confirmation for service industry, if any case is available for us with the demo link through an email. So definitely Mr. Aditya will connect with Mr. Aditya to share the all these case studies regarding the service industries. Okay, now moving on to the next questions. One next question has come from Mr. Bauchi Mensa. He said, do you have an intercom system for about 5 users?
Yes, of course, we have even what we call appliances, which can cater for, as I was telling in my webinar also, it is even for the smaller segment also, we have systems. Our salespeople will definitely help you on this to understand more on that.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Roni. Roni said, can you please elaborate on the IP phone system?
Okay, Roni. Yes,
Mr. Vinesh.
No. I think you might be asking about IPPBX. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So, Mr. Roni, if you are available, can you elaborate your question a bit, or what is the exact thing you would like to understand?
Yeah, you all was speaking something about IP phones being used, which would, contact the intended party without using any telephony lines. So I just wanted to know what was that exactly.
Please, Ronnie, can you just repeat it once again?
Okay. See, basically now it's only a transformation what is happening in the telephony world. That is, I mean, even IP lines are telephony lines. So currently what is happening is, telephony is mainly based on the trunks. The trunks are, evolving. That is, you have an analog trunk, then the digital trunks came, and now there is IP trunks. So IP trunks are also at the end of the day trunks, but it's just a different technology. So currently, in most of the countries, we can IP trunks are the newest technology, and we can have IP trunks available in most of the countries, and we have the systems which can directly work with this IP trunks.
Okay.
So yeah, that is that is basically the IPPBX. I think what we have done today is more we have discussed about very specific applications of IPPBX. But I mean, because I think general IPPBX. You can contact our sales team or something. It is the standard product what we have.
Actually, that would be helpful if this presentation on the new system that you are showing would be customized to what we are serving currently. Because right now,
depending on your requirement. See, surely there are some standard parts are there, some customizations are possible. That way the flexibility is there. I mean, depending on what specific features you require.
Yeah, because when I'll go back to my sales rep from astTECS, I'll be asking him to customize this, basis on what we are handling now, and to show us what would be the the difference if we take this versus what we are now. Also, coming back to having so many integrations on the new features, will this increase the load on the server or increase network use?
No, see, currently I think currently means currently is the IVR system what you are using. That's what you mean?
No, now when we have this feature enabled, the so many features you all have shown us that can be enabled for our process. So having so many features on the system, I just wanted to know, will that increase, with the existing CRM that we have, will there be a requirement to increase the internet capacity or the internet speed of the call center, or will there be a load on the existing servers or a network, those things?
Yeah, sure. See, depending on, of course, see what we have today presented is from different customers, different situations. So mostly one customer might not need all the features,
Right.
And generally the systems what we supply, the hardware, software, I mean, it is, for example, when we say E100, it is for 100 users. It can have one or two of this type of features. And but when we keep on adding features, of course, it brings in load on the system. Maybe we have to put a better processor, or we have to go into a cluster mode. Or maybe we have to increase the RAM, the bandwidth. So those type of fine tunings, when we deploy a project in the initial phase, we will do those fine tunings. I mean, which I think we have done in your organization also with the current system.
Right.
So any feature you take, obviously, I think when the voice bots were implemented, when the new IVR was implemented, there were load issues, which then we mitigated with adding multiple systems, different type of routing, those type of things. That's the part of the initial onboarding process.
Okay.
Yeah, but those things we measure and we do it.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. The next question is being from Mr. Ramurthy. Please elaborate more on the nurse calling system automation.
Yeah.
Done. Yeah.
See, basically the nurse calling system, I mean, these are these buttons and which we see when we go to, most of these modern hospitals, they have this in the VIP rooms and all, we see on the bedside multiple buttons hanging, and so there are buttons next to the bed. The patient, if he has an emergency, he can press it, and then immediately there will be alarm going to the nurse station, and maybe on front of the room one lamp will be glowing with a color, and then when the nurses acknowledge that yes, I am attending this, then the room lamp also will have a different color. See, this much part is part of the nurse calling system. We are also working with a vendor, DataCare India, who is a vendor from Bangalore, who has these systems, and he has been providing to hospitals across the country. So now the limitation of the system is it is not connected with the outside world. That means mostly the call comes, the alarm comes from the bed to the nurse station. But then beyond that, if the nurse is, or if there is no nurse available on the in the station, maybe she has gone to the next floor or whatever, then obviously we need it to be connected to the trunk lines and calls going out through mobile network, and we have to connect to the outside world. So the integration what we have done is it will connect to the outside world, and from once it gets connected to the outside world, also in our system we can define, okay, make a call, maybe once you have made the call, after if nobody is acknowledging it, like earlier we told that acknowledgement 1 or 2, if nobody is acknowledging it, then further escalation should happen, or even the possibility of calling 10 people at the same time or 20 people at the same time till someone acknowledges. So all these type of mechanisms are available once it is integrated with our PBX.
Okay, actually I was trying to understand whether that system itself can be replaced. So I was thinking in that direction. If
no. See, because see, these are more the hardware, buttons, okay, and this thing. I think, like I told, with the same concept with the CRM, see, we trying to replace everything, it might not work out.
Okay.
Because then we cannot become experts in all these worlds. I mean, and then there is very specialized devices, some devices which you can hang in the toilet. Then when the patient is in the toilet, I mean, we have to come out with so many gadgets, which is so better we say that we focus on our core competency and we integrate it with these people.
Okay, now this should be this is done with only one vendor, or is there any limitations, like only few vendors only we can do or something?
No, nothing like that. We have initiated it with DataCare India. I mean, in case you have some other vendor, surely we can integrate it. It is not very complicated, the integration also. I mean.
Okay. So that is a SIP-based system. That is IP-based system, what they are having.
Yeah, I mean, see, some of them have IP-based system. Some of them have RS-232.
Okay.
So depending on, see, it is more like, sometimes it is customer driven, in the sense, if the customer says in my hospital all I mean from a particular vendor is installed and it is only possible to integrate it with RS-232, then obviously we'll do that.
Okay.
But DataCare India is IP based, and so the integration is much more comfortable.
Okay. Okay, fine.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, next, moving to the next question. So it's coming from Mr. Olatu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sir.
Sorry. Okay. Question is, what is the required to set up a payment collection IVR? Manju, I hope you understood the questions.
Yeah.
Can you just repeat the question?
Payment collection.
Yeah. What is the required to set up a payment collection IVR?
Oh, okay. Oh, so this works under contact center solution. Call center dialer. We have specialized IVR automation, which which can trigger the automated call to all of your customers. Maybe if you're there, maybe you can talk to us. Probably we can have a
Yeah.
discussion.
Who has asked this question, Firdausi?
Mr. Ola Tunde.
Yeah, hi. So the question is that what is it required to have a payment collection automated IVR, right?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
okay. So what we require is that, no, you have to implement an IVR system. We also require an IVR flow in case if the customer has already drawn an IVR tree. We also should know, is there a database to integrate this IVR. See, normally what happens is that when the payment collection, which we have done, we've recently done an implementation in Malaysia, where we have integrated the IVR with customer database based on due dates or the pending status. The call will be automatically dialed, and the messages will be announced to the customers. So these messages also can be customized based on the status of the call. If it's a due date announcement, it will be accordingly. If it's an overdue, then accordingly. So based on the customer requirement, we have to prepare a scope, then an IVR flow, then the other modalities like, is there any database integration has to be decided, then we can implement the solution. Hope that makes.
Yeah, I hope Mr. Solati, your question has been answered.
Yes, thank you. I was asking that because if I would approach any prospective customers with that, what I need to ask. Yes. So basically, they should have a database that has due dates, overdue, and if there will be a database integration, and also if they don't have a IVR flow, you can provide that also.
Yes. So the database is not okay. Of course, they should have a set of data whom they wanted to call, but integration with the database is a second phase. That is not a mandatory thing. For example, see, this IVR blasting can be done multiple levels. Assume that you have a set of data from a bank whose loan is overdue. You just wanted to record a message and upload the number and dial it to all these people. It can be, please, your amount is overdue, pay so and so. Just an example, okay? So, within this time period, to avoid further proceedings, right? For example. So we are just missing. End of the day, you can pull out a report how many people have listened to the files, how many people have listened to the complete message. So based on that, you can take the next action, right? If somebody listened the entire file, that means that person is still available on that number. Then you can try to reach out to him the other way, offline. So multiple ways it can be done, Olatunde. So we need to, so you can explain this to the customer. The first thing is that, yes, we can provide this type of IVR automation solution to the customers. It can be payment collection or anything else, right? The IVR automation is a scope for any companies to implement. Okay. Then if they have a requirement or they are looking for an automation over IVR, then we get into a solution discussion and find out a complete scope and deliver the solution. Okay. That makes sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Binesh. The next question has come from Mr. Roni again. Will the load on the server or a network? Yeah, that has been questions.
Questions are discussed. We can move on next.
Just yeah, his next question is social media. What will be the level of integration of the dialer? Because most company, it is their internal CRMs that are integrated.
Yeah, I think Ronnie, I'm not very sure, but we had a last webinar very specifically on social media and CRM. So we had a call center where the agents could interact with with their customers either with voice or WhatsApp or Facebook or any form of this messaging, SMS, email, all these medias combined. We had a demo. I'm not very sure if you were there last month, but then I think it would be great. I'll ask David to arrange a demo for you based on this. We called it. We call it's our omni-channel call center. So where maybe it would be interesting for you also to explore if that would be of use in Hathway also.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Sure.
thank you, sir. The next question has come from Mr. Humphreys. Does this system caller ID facility that you can enable and disable?
Caller ID facility. See, normally caller ID facility, yes, of course, it will be enabled always. I mean, there is no doubt into it. Is there any particular purpose that if you're asking question, if you can elaborate, let us have a discussion on that. Humphreys, you're there?
Mr. Humphreys, are you available?
Yeah, see, one thing is that sometimes people don't want the caller ID to be displayed or masked or something. That time it is also possible to be to disable it. Anyhow, how effective it is a little bit depend on the service provider. It could be possible that the service provider of the local system might still relay the basic pilot number, but then from the system we can switch on and off the caller ID.
I hope your question has been answered. I think it's not available as of now. Okay, moving on to the next questions. Question is from Mr. Allen. Can you share more use cases of automation to inspire us? Surely we will share you. Could you also explain on hiding the customer number from delivery stuff? What are the main requirements, accept and use?
Similarly, that you're talking about an Uber and Swiggy people where they have used where the customer number cannot be displayed. Yes, these things are definitely we can have a discussion. Maybe I think Binesh or one of our IB managers will connect with over Alain. So you can have an interaction with them. So they can give you more case studies to inspire you guys. Maybe you can also share with to your customer. We can have these integrations, no doubt.
Yeah. The next question is coming from Ms. Banafsa. For automation, we can fix anytime, means on same date and day we want to call. If so, we can fix that. The question is not very much clear. Ms. Banafsa, you can unmute yourself and can you elaborate a bit on the questions?
Yes, I want to know that if we want to take any meeting or if we want to fix any call for any customer or for our colleagues, can we fix the timings for particular day and particular time, like meeting fixed like?
Banafsha, so you mean to say taking a call with customer?
Yeah. Particular
Okay.
customer. Yeah. If we have
I mean, we also have for example, a conference system which we can schedule. I mean, there is a dial-in conference, dial-out conference. We can tell that, for example, Tuesday 3 o'clock, customer plus technical team, maybe 3-4 people, all should be called and put it into a conference.
Okay.
And otherwise, there are also appointment fixing systems.
Yeah, like.
So there are multiple applications which are available.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next question is from Mr. Damola. For the apartments solution, do you have a door phone system available?
Yeah,
what
sure.
do you, yeah.
I mean, we have apartments. There is a door phone available. It is like a SIP device. So once the apartment has a PBX, IP PBX, in the door also we connect a door phone where where people can see the images of the person standing outside. It works like a SIP phone, and it can be integrated into the system. Surely such things are, I mean, these type of phones are available.
Yeah, I hope Mr. Damola, your question is been answered, or you can unmute yourself if you have any other further queries.
Hi. Okay.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
Good
Yeah,
afternoon.
my question about the door entry system is, if I intend to, can I enable automation such as lock on the door? If the door is an automated door, can I control the door latch to lock or to unlock? If I have a visitor coming in from the gate and I have imagine I have a mixed apartment of 10 flats and we have a common door downstairs, all I need to do is, if I have an information that a visitor is coming in, am I able to unlock from that door phone?
Yeah, sure. You can do that. So basically you will have a sort of video camera plus, I mean, it will be a video SIP phone in SIP phone, which is placed at the gate. I mean, technically, but it won't look like a phone device. It will look like a,
a door entry system.
Yeah, then the person can press it and we can see the video of the person. We can talk to him. And at the end, you can press a particular button, then the gate will open. Those type of systems are available.
Oh, okay. Sorry to take it a step further. Can I also have, aside from that, so aside from the door entry system, can I have on the same platform an internet connectivity platform for the tenants within the apartments? So more like a normal phone in case I need to call my friend or my co-tenants or anything. So can I integrate that as well?
Yeah, I mean, see, it is basically what happens is in the apartment complex or the gated community, you install one PBX. And to this PBX, you can connect these devices. That is, one is the phone at your home, the phone at the gate. So one type of interaction is the phone at the home, at your home, you can call the phone at the gate. You can see the person standing there and then open the door. Say with the phone, obviously you can also call maybe if you are staying in apartment number 101, you can call somebody who is staying in apartment 201. So he will also have a similar IP phone, which will ring and then you both can talk to each other also. It is, see, the idea is to say that what we have is the IPPBX is a switching matrix, so to say. So you can use multiple devices. And as long as devices have this capability, we can interconnect it. And it's only one system required. It is not that you need two systems, one to connect the home phone to the gate and another to connect from home to home. No, it's just one system. You can also have, Wi-Fi clients. So if somebody is jogging and all, then even they can be called. So once you're in an apartment complex, there are a lot of features which can be enabled.
All right. Thank you very much for the clarification.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The next question is raised from Mr. Allen. I read on the website that S-Lite can optionally have a GSM interface, SIM card slot. Is it possible to order it? Otherwise, pairing an S-Lite with the GSM gateway becomes expensive and a bit contradictory to the purpose of the S-Lite as an SME affordable price product.
Yes, we have a small PBX which comes with the one single analog line and one GSM line. Product is available. I think, yeah, you can discuss with our sales team. Probably you will get the product as well, no doubt.
Okay. Next question is for Mr. Prashant Rao. On the payment collection on IVR, will the system also trigger a pay by link SMS? so that the customer can proceed with the payment when he receives the payment reminder?
Yes, Prashant, yes, there is an option, but again, it depends on the which bank that you are working with. There are certain banks have a payment gateways. Some banks will give you over a link. The soon after the call, they can trigger an SMS, and that SMS can also carry the a link where that going through a link the customer can pay. Absolutely, it depends on which bank that you are working with them, whether they can be able to allow these options to do to the customer paying through a link. It is absolutely possible.
I hope, Mr. Krishna, now your question has been answered. You can unmute yourself. I've been seeing, yeah, okay, he got it. Thank you. So we almost attended all the questions. So if anybody has a further query, before we wrap up, we have a couple of minutes. You can unmute yourself and ask the questions. So I think we have almost done with this thing. So everybody, thank you so much for your time and attending this webinar. And surely most of them has requested to share the recording of this session. We will definitely share you over the email. And we will soon meet up again in the next webinar. Thank you so much again for attending the webinar for these sessions. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like even on your existing, so I had a thing where what if we